Sanders. I'm glad you pointed that out because it would be weird if we knew it was going to a third map before the game had started.
Yeah, rigged, scripted.
As always, Anders, I'm going to have to ask you, who have you got as your winner for this one?
Oh,
Gun to your head, like, what are you saying? You got to pick one.
I have to pick one, and I'm picking GamerLegion.
That's
but
fair.
I imagine it's going to be all three maps. I don't think it's going to be a particularly one-sided affair. If excl turns up, yeah, it could be different. I'm looking at Isaac, though. I feel like Isaac's been a little bit quiet this tournament for me. I think he's got a lot more to show. I'm quite excited for him as a player, so yeah, I want to see him with a little bit of light on him. And actually, speaking of which, looks like he's going to be the first man in, leading towards the bomb site. Flashed out for the minute, but he has shown himself. And I actually understand why. Like, you're probably hoping for a straight kill there, but when it slows down, you don't want to be walking into a big stack. So now they're waiting to see what the response will be from OG, who are kind of walking around there. Nice shot with the P250 from excl.
Yeah, you can say that again. 1 bullet, 1 kill. A 5-on-4. GamerLegion still with a flashbang available to them, looking for CT response. We have got Nexus, the aforementioned rifler, pushed out aggressively towards shore, but you can see he's not in a comfortable spot. Too many angles to look at, having to have eyes in the back of his head at this stage as well. He gives up his position, and now it's a scramble as he tries to get back in towards the B side, but he actually finds a frag towards Connector, and Heavy God chiming in as well. This is looking quite nice for OG after suffering that early casualty. They've got themselves a 3-on-2 advantage.
GamerLegion still attacking the more defended bomb site. P250 ringing out, and Heavy God is lucky to be alive down there. Put on 11 health. It looked like that should have been a killing blow. 26 seconds. They can run back to A, but it's going to have to be so lightning fast. And I think now they're realizing maybe it's not worth it.
They're in two minds about it. And now they're just going to have to limp in toward the B site. This fantastic position they were in. They didn't do much with it. They didn't capitalize upon the advantage. 10 seconds remaining. Almost zero chance excl can win this, and Heavy God will confirm. Bit of a blunder there from GamerLegion. I just don't know what the final objective was. You got that kill, and everyone just seemed to freeze.
Yeah, and sort of running their heads into the wall down at the B bomb site. It's not the most exciting way to get started here. This is such a clean shot. Heavy God though, and Nexus.
Well, Nexus did very well.
Yeah, that was sick.
Like we said, he had so many angles to be aware of, and the fact that he was challenging towards shore, Connector, and the B bomb site itself, he still gets 2 frags. That's pretty magnificent, if you ask me. Round 2, no bomb planted. Bit of an underwhelming start for GamerLegion. Deer in the headlights, didn't know what to do with their advantage. And Regali on the orb this time. Oh, he's actually got blocked in middle. Thankfully, Nexus is there to pick up the pieces, but that is not a pretty start.
Yeah, but it's also the M4. He kind of wants to stick around. He doesn't want to give up that rifle out there. And I can understand why. Don't know where the bullets are going.
Oh, dear.
Heavy God missing a shot here and there. Looked like he should have been headed up in the position. Now, the M4 is going to get taken away pretty quickly. That's great news for OG.
Considering how this is looking, I would say crisis averted.
Yeah.
You've managed to get the M4 out of their hands. Sure, you've suffered a couple of kills here, but overall, it's not too bad, I suppose. They are fully coped, and it will be Heavy God to close things out. He can recover the last rifle, and so there it is. The FAMAS is picked up. Okay, it's not ideal, but they'll take it. 2-0. Here comes the first gun round. GamerLegion looking to answer back. They will not have the luxury of the A-Core AWP, but they will have a full array of AK-47s, a basic utility. Lacking a couple of Molotovs, I suppose, but you can see the odds coming through. GamerLegion are the favorites. So we do know what we're talking about to some degree. We got that right.
Yeah, but even then, it's not exactly overwhelming. I think, like I said, I think this could be all 3 maps. And it being an elimination game, it feels like it should be, right? Like, you want to make sure that you're really finding the right team.
Oh, my
God! Inside of the smoke, they didn't even know what hit them. Now, they will get the kill in return somehow. Volts able to pick up the shot on the Heavy God, but my God, that was so much damage. Fiku out here, just backtracking, looking to see if he could find the AK.
No way.
Where's he missed the headshot? I have no idea. He had the gun right at his forehead.
Yeah, that is wild how Volt doesn't take any damage and looks like the round's going to fall apart off the back of that kill. 3-on-1, but Volt snacks dangerously low. 4 HP between the two of them. Isaac will be there to try and confirm the round. You can see he's playing on the front lines. If he goes down, though, Anders, oh, now we're in trouble. Now this could get complicated. The bomb's outside Monster right now, in the back of Volt, but you can see Snacks trying to get his way in towards this A bomb site, go for the backstab. They have got time at least to work with, but all Regali needs is to isolate one of these fights, and he pretty much wins the round considering the HP.
Is he ever going to consider that high ground position is the question. Snax is another 10 seconds away from getting here. If he walks in and never checks it, then Snax just gets the kill for free and that's it. You could see...
Oh, here it comes.
Getting dangerous.
It should be guaranteed
Regali, you need that sixth sense. He's not turning around for it. I think Snax has won this round.
Bang.
He's surely checking it out. He must have seen
Snax.
him. Oh, there we go. I want to see that from his point of view. He must have seen it for such a long time.
Yeah, he's laughing. It's like, that was almost one of those very awkward moments.
He was fully T-Rexed.
Oh.
There was no movement. He couldn't see anything.
That's true, yeah. Imagine if that's how they lose it. Snax is overlooking it and then they die.
I thought, like, what is he doing? You see, there's nothing else to set up, right? It's not like there's another player he can find a kill. I think he just wasn't noticing. Look at this. Oh, okay.
It does kind of blend in quite nicely.
Fairly camouflaged down there. That might have been some of his teammates saying, yeah, bro.
Well, there it is. It is going to be the first for GamerLegion. And as you can see, the financial ramifications are already quite evident. It's going to be a full USP round here for OG. I suppose Heavy God has got a Deagle, so something to find an opening frag here. And he'll be challenging. Making a lot of damage there on routes. They've actually tagged each other. Nexus will be dropped first here. Shouldn't be too much to report. Into the round. Volt going for the motions here. Going to find a double kill, but Snax will find the ultimate frag. And Aiko to close things out. 2-2. Quick round is a good round. Only one player going down. That's Volt. Money will be okay for the CTs now, and whether they'll have the AWP in Regali's hand is yet to be seen.
Quite happy to see Aiko drawing away from that fight once he realizes how many people are out there. Pretty tempting when you've got the AK against pistols to stick around and be like, no, I will get this triple kill that's available to me, but I think sometimes just falling back and playing it safely, you're luring them into more crosshairs if you do that. So small things like that makes me happy to see. Regali with the AWP and Aiko with one now, so good chance for a sniper fight to break out. Overpass is pretty much the perfect map for it, isn't it? Orpa's Paradise, sometimes referred to.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that, and he has got the aforementioned AWP. So is Aiko. It's going to be quite the battle. Heavy God. He's more than willing to take these duels, even with the FAMAS. Absolutely destroys Kios, a range for the spray. Barely takes any damage for his troubles. And he's got the opening pick. That's all he wanted. He actually sneaks back into the B bomb site, maintaining that advantage.
At that range with the FAMAS, that's an unlikely fight to win. Well done. Look at how slow this is at the start for GamerLegion. They're really, really biding their time here.
Yeah, it's quite tentative. It's what we saw on the pistol as well. They didn't really seem to have much confidence.
Yeah. It's not quite the last grenade, but it's close to it. Regali's got the other two grenades, and they're way on the other side. So down to the B bomb site. This is it for defense in terms of setting up or slowing anything down. Aiko, that needs to be a kill. That was right there for him. Sure, they double peeked him, but you have to get that shot off. Volt doing a pretty good job here, keeping them back. But they need to hit this bomb site. They're still slow. Even at 25 seconds, they're walking it in. And now Regali's shown up. That's a smoke. But don't forget, he still has the Molotov. He can ruin this round with that one grenade alone. They need the bomb plant, and there might just be stopped. There's the deep Molotov, but they run right past it. Isaac, look at how close he was to burning alive. Regali still getting the kill off there. Bomb being planted inside of the smoke, and at the very least, they're going to be able to do that. Snax trying to find it back. It'll be just Volt on his own, and he is overpowered at the end. Yeah, let's go, says Heavy God. I can understand why.
I like that. He's got some fire in his belly. That's a very nice round as well. Heavy God opening things up, knowing they were on the back foot in terms of firepower, didn't have absolutely everything they needed. You pointed out a distinct lack of grenades towards the end of the round, so he wanted to find the opening kill. My God, did he ever deliver. Got the kill of FAMAS towards Jaw, and GamerLegion were pulled apart at that stage. You can see they had to pump the brakes, reset the round, try and make their way in towards B, but took so much damage en route as they tried to get the bomb planted. At least that did come through. They'll have some cash going forward, but it's back and forth here in the opening stages of Overpass. OG actually looking like they could put up a pretty decent fight today. This B bomb side is looking pretty solid, quite honestly. It's Fiku, as we mentioned, one of the few remaining names of the original OG outfit. It's been there for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
The OG project, though, it's kind of spiraled a bit. Like, at one point, very competitive organization in Counter-Strike. Yeah. I think you've maybe put them in the tier 2 bracket at this stage, and yeah, it's great to see them at the RMR. Hasn't been the great start for them, but still looking pretty decent today.
Well, you mentioned somebody like Regali, right? As a future potential star, like, you certainly got some flair to him. They need those players to come alive at an RMR like this to make it really interesting. And maybe Heavy God as well. I mean, got some real experience with Fiku and Keto on that lineup, so there's that to look forward to. Not impossible that it could all kind of mesh together at the right time for them, but I agree, right now you need to see some real explosion for them. Heavy God, the spray is actually almost a double. Look at how much damage that is. They gotta be careful out here, they don't get grenaded. GamerLegion, one good nade landing and it could be a double kill. Gonna throw one out of their own, it does a tiny fraction of damage. Heavy God happy with that on the other side. And Acor, is he gonna be quick enough? Not quite.
Heavy God wants to go for that hard carry today. He wants to be the superstar. He wants to be the player to drag his teammates over the finish line. So far, so good. 2 pushes towards shore, 2 kills found. They've actually got a massive advantage here in round number 6 with Volt and Acor so low. I don't know how you win this round. You're hoping for CT mistakes. You're looking for some backstabs here. Look at all the territory you have to reclaim.
To be fair, though, this is the issue, right? GamerLegion have already been playing it slowly, and OG are not really running out to look for them. There are not many mistakes being made by OG, so I don't know if this plan is going to be working out. This could be one of those really rare 4-man saves. I don't want to see it, but it's 35 seconds left. Look at how far stretched they are across the map.
Well, they've got some long control, and they're going to try and fall back and go towards A. With 30 seconds, you're right, it might not be worth it.
Yeah, I think they've called it quits. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, well, you don't see that very often.
No, that's... and it's disappointing for a team.
Yeah.
Who wants to be in a position...
Demoralizing, right?
Yeah, you're like, oh, cool, we lost 1 player and took some damage, and that's it.
Yeah, they've looked quite static on this T side.
Which, to be fair, if OG were even more aggressive, if they made a lot of mistakes, if they were fighting, then that's obviously a great plan for GamerLegion to wait around, let them make the mistakes. But if OG aren't doing it, in MR12, you have to figure that out early on, right? You have to be, someone has to do a timeout and say, hey guys, they're not going as aggressive as we want. They're not making the mistakes that we're giving them space to make the mistakes, but they're not making them.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they have a little bit of aggression, like calculated towards the start of the round. Heavy Gods is going for 1 kill, but then as soon as they get the advantage, all bets are off. They go back to like a solid default hold and making sure they have their crossfires and playing the percentages. And GamerLegion, yeah, they're waiting for any sort of aggressive flanks or some way to get back into it, but didn't want to take too much of a risk there. It's absolutely fine to save guns, but didn't really get a look into that round whatsoever. They go down 4-2 on their map pick here on the T side. We are going to see Fiku. Confident to maybe push outside B once again. Where's Heavy God, though? He'll be there with him. So does he fancy the opening frag once more? They can flash through that slightly deeper smoke. Surprise them just as it's dissipating, get flashed in. That is an option available to them. But is it required? Acor with the AWP starts to consider his options here. Jumps past the smoke. They've been conditioned to know there's a lot of danger towards this short area. Sniper to patrol it for now, as Snacks will continue to progress through the connector.
All of this is fine, right? Like, they're checking it out. The bomb's quite far back, so somebody hopefully will make the call in the next 20 seconds, maybe less, to say, I'm gonna go pick up that bomb right now. Seems like they forgot for a moment. It's making me nervous. Maybe just being paranoid, but I'm still seeing them all move forward. Even if they can kill right now.
I'm not seeing much killer instinct, you're right. Like, something's off here for GamerLegion.
Also, here's the issue, right? Let's say you get a double kill right now. You can't do anything with it. You have to run back, pick up the bomb.
You can see,
it's 30 seconds
who's getting the bomb? So Volt's going to have to go grab it.
My God, I think they forgot. I don't think this is part of the plan.
Right, it's got to... So we've got 25 seconds. They're all going to go up towards shore here. Like, they're just going to hope for a couple of quick entries. The flash doesn't do much for them. You can see there's so much to cover, so much to do here. And unless they get a couple of kills right now, I don't see much of a chance. This is pretty underwhelming thus far from GamerLegion. Like, I don't think they're even believing in the round. Like, it's... Oh, bloody hell. Okay, might need the medical staff for me now, my ears. Right. Yeah, their default's looking very flat. They seem timid and scared of the Heavy God pushes have been presented so far. And then when there's nothing, They're rotting the clock down to 40 seconds. A bomb still in what? T-spawn, having to scoop it up with 25 seconds left, and all 5 players just run up shore. They've just got a single flash behind it. Like, sure, they blinded some CTs, but very comfortable hold, and then no one's patrolling the flanks. GamerLegion, I'm a little bit worried. This is not the team we know and love. This is one of the weakest T-sides I've seen from them ever.
It's where you want to see like a timeout being called here for,
right.
You know, just get back on track.
Ashen.
It's fine. I don't even mind. It's fine to have come up with a plan that says we're going to play a more anticipatory T side. We're going to sit around and see what's going to happen. That's okay. But again, because it's MR12, you don't have the same runway that you did on MR15 to figure out what's going on. And
yeah, true.
Like you have to make these calls a lot quicker.
And this round is not going to get any more forgiving. It's
a
opening flag.
Down?
Yeah, he might have done.
Yeah, all the way through. It's Keto, yeah. So just straight wallbang. Okay, fair enough.
So, this is just an eco, I'm afraid. Not too much to report. OG looking to post their 6th round unless Snacks with that Deagle can do something unbelievable. Not going to happen. Nexus looking pretty sharp out there right now. Can't find the 3rd. Should be enough to deny the plan, though. We're going to have Keto rotate in to patrol the bomb side. Doesn't have to really commit to this one. A little bit laboured on the spray, but gets the job done. Keto, double kill to close things out. Nice round. OG looking fired up here. I have to say, though, GamerLegion are not putting up much of anything to talk about. Like, let's just start rushing B. We're going to do it like this. We're just going to limp in with 10 seconds. Let's just rush to start. Like, do an execution, because your defaults look terrible. This is like very strange. This team and their T sides have actually been pretty impressive the last few months. Like we were like commending Snacks on the in-game leading and the mid-round calls. Like this is like they're looking like a deer in the headlights right now.
0 and 7 for Kios.
Like, looking. You're right though. Where's the tactical timeout? Where's the discussion?
Yeah, this has been a theme throughout the tournament so far. People take tactical timeouts in like round 2 and 3 just to be absolutely sure. Snacks, here's a good double spray down. They've gone away from Heavy God, putting some pressure on Regali. Did they not see him? I feel like that's so dangerous. A missed shot, Regali. I can't believe he's still alive. They should have been putting even more pressure on. He's moving in front of the Molotov, but I think the sound of the burning there gave it away. Otherwise, maybe he could have caught Snacks off guard. It's the Polish legend to pick up 3 kills to get GamerLegion back in this one. Now, I suppose the only thing we could say here is they're on the T side. So at least, you know, if they can get up to 3-4 rounds, it's still kind of a game here, but it's just been very flat for them. I need to see that change. Heavy God's still alive.
It's not going to be sustainable saying Snacks go kill 3 people middle, but they'll take it all day long. Heavy God will pass, and they're going to finish up towards B, so it's looking very likely to be a GamerLegion round.
Checking the other way. It's such a shame. Either way, you're probably right. It probably would have been, but just would have been fun to see him go for a bit of a flank here. Fico, got to be careful. Shot at the back. Signs of life coming out from GamerLegion.
There's the big man Snack. Done. Heavy God will take one down with him at the very least. Got the AWP, so you'd imagine he's just going to save that weapon from T-spawn, look towards Monster perhaps, but yeah, looks like GamerLegion have done enough. But there's no way you can really replicate that sort of round. You can't just say, Snacks, can you hold for the mid-push and kill 3 of them? Like, he did very well. Don't take anything away from him. But that's not the sort of round that instills hope in the GamerLegion lineup. But signs of life for sure. Much more promising than a slow default where you lose the opening frag and then you have to save your weapons.
Big rifle here for Heavy God. Regarding able to good use in the future. They had quite a few people living through those rounds that they won as well on the OG side, so they should have in terms of the money. They're not immediately back to saving. That's kind of the other thing that I think GamerLegion, if they would have been continuously down to like 1v1s, 2v2s, you're going to feel a little bit better about that whole scenario, even if you're starting to lose some of the rounds. But OG just won the first couple of rounds there really convincingly. This is better though.
That's Snacks. I'm going to say, yeah, that was easier. I'll just try and kill 3 each round.
Look at the money even after the spy. Regali at 5,000. Still pretty decent.
Yeah, they've probably got 1 more buy left than this one. All's alright. That's nice snap damage through the smoke. Be careful there, Isaac. 1 more bullet would take him down. And Snacks, well, yeah, all bets are off. Full send. In-game lead up, this time going down with the more defensive setup. OG have learned their lesson. And they've done explicit amount of damage towards Isaac. Got the opening frag on Snacks. They don't capitalize on the fully flashed player. And it's going to be USP for Nexus. It is pretty well to even get a dink off of the USP, but there it is. A couple of trades come through, and it will be GamerLegion with the advantage now, with time on the clock as well. What can they make of it? They've got utility and time and the man advantage. Should be an executioner towards B, where they should comfortably pick things up.
That smoke that's in front of Quito is evidence of a sick understanding from GamerLegion of what was going on. They knew that the flash in from long was being thrown from the A bomb side, so they know there's a player way deep in A, and that's probably the AWP, right? That's probably Regali's position, which it was. So they smoke off Regali before they go to take the fight against Nexus. That happened so fast for GamerLegion. All right, I feel like the neurons are firing now on the GamerLegion side. They gotta wake up again here. Chaos, his first kill of the game, and he's gonna make it a quick double. Heavy got on his own, but he's quick to get the spray down. Oh, he gets stopped by Volt with an AWP. It's down to a 1 versus 1, but GamerLegion, they desperately needed this round.
They really did. It comes down to a one-on-one, where one bullet would have separated the outcome, but it will be Acorp and his AWP handed over to Volt, in fact, that hits that final shot. And it was all started here as the opening frag, so OG finally a bit of a misstep, giving up an advantage. Heavy got a chance to win it. Nice double kill, but beautiful shot from Volt. Now they're starting to come to life, starting to look themselves again. What are they up against? We said there'd be one more buy available. That seems to be the case. Nexus on a Deagle. Regali goes to the AWP, and he will have to step up. He could have dropped an M4 if he took a rifle instead.
Here we go. Look at who's back to the pond fishing for another kill. Heavy got flashes over it.
Oh, still got the dink.
Just get the dink off. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Kios on the other side with the Galil. So a bit of a weaker fight on both sides, really. Quite happy to take him down. Heavy got it 10-5 to begin with here. Pretty much averaging a kill per round, which is not at all bad.
He's doing very well, but this time has been bested by Kios. Flashbang caught him off guard. And now this default's starting to look a lot better.
They even brought the bomb this time, Henry.
They've even got the bomb. They've got the advantage again. They still have basic utility enough to execute onto the bomb site. Smoking bank, dumpster, Molotov towards the truck. You just want to try and clear out the dice boxes first. That's your next priority. It's going to be Regali, you'd imagine. Should be towards the A side of the map. He's currently towards B, so you've got the Deagle of Nexus. He'll be joined by Quito with the M4. It's going to be a difficult hold here as Quito desperately tries to bait his teammate in.
Yeah, he's trying himself to look as big as he possibly can. You're right. Yep. You know, jumping, shooting out there, hoping that it was a bit of a distraction, but it just wasn't enough here. Wow, this is starting to look so much better. It's looking very anemic at the start for GamerLegion. I was going to call them GamerLegion. You know, they're bleeding out Henry, but...
Yeah, they weren't looking good at all. They were looking very flat. It looks like Snacks and his hat-trick towards middle inspired the squad. It's been getting better and better. 6-5 locked in.
Also, you see, just in this round, right, apart from the fact that they obviously win the battle against Heavy God, that's a good start, but they were at the restrooms with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. That's so much further on the map, so much further map control than they ever had in the past, where we were down sub 30 seconds and they were kind of trying to put something together outside of the B bombs. So it's a very different affair. So I feel like there probably has been a conversation where they're starting to realize we can't play this slowly. We have to be a little bit more proactive. So it's a bit of a beginning here. Oh dear, that's actually another kill. Vico losing a rifle is a big deal. 5 rounds for GamerLegion, I think, is enough for the first half that you can take them seriously once again. Might even soon tilt the conversation to saying, what happens to OG if they lose the pistol in the second half here? They could be in trouble.
Oh, absolutely. This game is back on. GamerLegion finding their footing here in the all-important 1 and 2 bracket. As Rugger, coach of OG, soon to go to Astralis. He's finishing out his contract. I assume this is the last event he'll be part of them for.
Yeah, I didn't even actually realize that. It kind of slipped me apart. I thought he was already out, but...
He is, I guess, like the obligations, well, I will finish the major cycle, and that'll probably be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Good on him for sticking with the team, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not trying to dip out on that one. They kind of need him now.
I guess that when you lock in the rosters, though, you could lock in your coach as well.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So there's no way he could even come here with Astralis, I think.
He can't.
You're locked in your roster for all the qualifiers, etc., etc. Either way, final round of this first half. What a half it's been. Game that's that is a little bit confused as to why GamerLegion were looking so tentative to kick things off, but they've got better and better, looking to tie things up. It's 6-6. Considering the start they had, would be a pretty welcome finish. You're going to see MP9 for Nexius. UMPs are up Fiku. Heavy got an SMG as well, the Famous, so it's just down to that Regali Orb that has to start firing off here. I keep giving him this opening monologue and saying, oh, he's a star of the future. He believes he could be a world-class Orb, but every time I commentate him, though, I don't know, I'm not seeing that.
We're not persuaded. I kind of agree.
It's not like, I don't think he's bad or anything. It's just like, I'm not seeing that kind of X factor.
Yeah, there's some level of comfort there. I think he just did miss a shot against Snacks coming out of the connector there, so maybe a chance. Nexus, I do like this position, but I'd like it even more if he was pushing forward, and I guess just as I'm saying it, he actually is. Try and close the map behind GamerLegion to find out what's going on. 50 seconds, he's going to turn the corner, and he should be able to give a call right now to the people on the B-bomb side saying, I'm not seeing anyone here. You should be on high alert. You should be absolutely ready for what's coming next. 40 seconds, and it's actually the UMP, a rare weapon, but it takes down Snacks. They're pushing up behind, but the box is closing against GamerLegion here. They are getting flanked slowly but surely. 3 versus 4, and again, we're down to 30 seconds. Could be a 7th round of the card here for OG. GamerLegion again slowing the game down, giving a chance for OG to make mistakes, but they haven't made many of them. They're really disciplined in these close and tight situations. Heavy God getting a headshot. Acor and Kios left. 2 versus 4. I doubt if they're going to be able to even find a bomb plant here. It's just
surrounded
everywhere. Look at this.
Oh, wait.
Where did the bullet go?
Okay.
Finally, it's a kill. I don't know what happened. I think...
Did Regali just tag Kios like when he missed and that converted into an assist?
I think it might have been.
Because he missed straight up the planter, then hit the player behind him.
It looked like he was firing blanks. I just don't know what's going to... It doesn't matter. It's all good. They've won the round. They needed this.
The round. My, oh my.
7-5. I think this is pretty important because they had such a good control, and GamerLegion looked very, very stale at the start of this game. So turning it around and, you know, getting up to 5 rounds, GamerLegion, I think they're going to come into the second half feeling quite good about themselves, all things considered.
Well, the notes are out. You can see a bit of a dossier of information there for Keto, looking at what they want to do in their pistol, what kind of stance they want to present, whether they want to go for an all-out rush, a default, bring out the P250s, Molotov, smokes, plethora of options available. GamerLegion now will switch over to the CT side. Heavy God, for me, had some fantastic moments there.
Yes.
But started to simmer down towards the end of that first half.
I think Regali is too upset about missing the shots. He can't even really give the fist bump. He's like, I can't believe it.
Okay.
It's back. 2 smokes, Henry.
2 smokes. Let's see if they can put them to good use. As soon as the P250 in the mix, yes, for Regali. We'll have no Kevlar, just the notes, but he has got a bit of utility. As they head towards A, looks to be an A finish in general. If you're sending no one towards the B side of the map, there's no way you can really navigate back there either. You've just lost too much territory. It's too much high risk, too much ground to cover. So, yeah, this is a pretty much set piece from Spawn, a rehearsed strategy. Nice smokes coming in from deep in T steps. Now, where will that land? Is that going to be the lurk smoke that lands at the front of the bomb site or straight up in CT spawn at the dumpster? Oh, it lands on top. Okay, interesting. They've got the lurk smoke down as well, allowing them to actually get on the bomb site and focus their efforts towards bank. A nice idea.
Yeah, they're going to keep pushing forward. I think hoping to catch maybe GamerLegion off guard, but that's not quite going to be the case. Isaac, very quiet first half for him. 4 kills now that he picked up that one. Here showing up with the dualies and right to the smoke. Acor gets away with it.
They haven't even got a single kill here. It was a pretty cool little pistol in terms of creating that path. And unfortunately, I think the bomb's planted on the wrong side. So, yeah, nothing you can do. But you saw how that all worked out. Smoke deep on towards that dumpster, took away a lot of vision. Then the lurk smoke, so they get up long, focus towards the bank, but didn't land a single kill. As GamerLegion will get the pistol in the bag. The bomb was planted though, Anders, and that's always a talking point. That means you can get Galils or Tech-9s and a couple of AKs. We'll see which way they're inclined. They'll certainly be buying. Just depends which way, as Isaac, nice demonstration of skill there with the USP. Kios getting it done with the Julies as well. Not a single frag found as we get into round 14. Galils are the weapon of choice. Eagles for Heavy God and Keto to allow them to focus on utility. You can see they've got fully equipped belts. And Acor wants early information. He'll be challenging middle with that meta smoke down at the T-steps.
In terms of helmet watch, it's only Kios that's lacking a helmet here, so probably going to be fine. Makes a difference against the Galils, obviously.
Yeah.
But the others are prioritizing safety, which you should. again, they're not sending even a single player towards the B bomb site. Seems like that's almost standard protocol to go for the 4-1 split, no matter what you're doing on this map. But they've got all 5 players towards the bathrooms. In terms of the grenades, 1 smoke, 1 Molotov. They can set up a little bit of an execute here. Smoke off bank, Molotov off the truck maybe, and then just kind of go for it from there on out. It's not necessarily bad. I mean, all you need is 1 good kill on this bomb site, and you're pretty much there. You could see Volt very overworked, and yeah, he's going to call in the reinforcements, smoking off long, trying to make sure that he can just stay alive. That's the only priority. Just live through this one and allow some space for your teammates to get on the bomb site. He's done a good job already. Nexus is getting taken down, and he's actually fading through his own smoke. His understanding of this round is so good. Volt is playing this expertly at the moment. Sure, they've got the bomb site, but as long as he's out there on long, he's locking them in. Snacks around the smoke and he gets defeated. I can't believe it. Looked like that should have been almost a free kill here. Kios sending out some bullets, but he's aware that they're up close. He still lands the headshot. It's a return from Fiku, though it's not done yet. 2 versus 1. Heavy God going down at the end. Volt coming in right when he needed to. I've got to say, Volt's maneuvering this round is absolutely expert play. He stayed alive, he pushed out long so that they can't take the bomb site, put the bomb down. He pushes through his own smoke to escape out on long, and then comes back right when he needs to. Like, it's a sick round from him.
It's a bit of housekeeping for you, Anders.
Go on.
Apeks have qualified for the Copenhagen Major. They took down excl in the end. So they got the 2-1 victory. So we're going to see the likes of Sticko, Jacobs, Nork.
Yeah, I'm happy. There's some of these guys I really love. Like Jacob and Sticko, I think just are really cool. I just wonderful people, and they can do all for the team. I'm so sad to see excl fail. I just feel like there was something cool about that story.
They should have won the series. They were 1-0 up, and they should have arguably closed the second.
The
and
end
got
of
the 2-0.
Ancient was brutal.
Yeah, so that's going to be heartbreaking for them.
Yeah.
You can't get much closer to the major than their run here.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, it was always going to be very difficult. Like it's the RMR
at least
is so hard.
That was the 2-1 game. So at least they're in the last chance, right?
They can make it still.
Yeah, but
I'm
that
kind
is
of
rough.
rooting for them. There's something about that project that just seems fun, you know. Maybe it's the Danish.
When I say they can
in.
make it, like yeah, they can. But there's 1 slot and 6 teams in that bracket, so that's gonna be brutal.
It won't be easy by any means. Okay. Bit of a push towards the restrooms. Again, they're getting the space quite a bit. GamerLegion, for the minute, have decided not to try and push towards the balloons or anything else like that. They're giving over the beer garden to OG every time.
Oh shouldn't do that. You can find yourself in a spot of bother, and GamerLegion, they might have to save already. That is wild. This was a partial buy, sure, but just Deagles and some Kevlar, that was about it. They get 2 brutal openings, and Snacks is still willing to give this one a go. I don't think it's worth it.
He's hoping that, you know, against all the odds, he's going to find like a really fast double kill or something, but it's not worth it.
No, certainly not. That is a round you didn't expect to slip by the wayside, but there it is. Pretty convincing, actually. Volt and Acor go down with already any damage inflicted, caught off guard by the Deagles, and yeah, it happens sometimes.
It's a teachable moment, though, for everyone watching, right? That is the downside to being that close to the bomb site, is when you die, there's the gap between you dying and the bomb planting, and like there's no rotations allowed, no one can even say anything like, oh, we're just all dead, and that's it. So that's why sometimes if you play further up, you can fall back, you can smoke it up, you can buy some time for your teammates to do something.
Yeah, just to go back to the Apeks point as well, pretty sick for Sticko. Like, just to know he actually was removed from the team in 2023 due to like a pretty terrible year for him personally. After the Paris Major, he started to spiral. He was benched. And then brought back in for this major cycle, and they've actually made it. Like,
he's not that I wanted to go to 20 but he's surely somebody that has a future career in like doing analysis for tournaments, stuff like that. Like, he creates his own content. He's like,
his content's very good as well. I watch all his YouTube videos.
Yeah,
like, he has a great way of explaining stuff. Like, it's not just like, oh, here are the smokes, I throw them here, here, and here. Like, he actually goes through the methodology, like the mindset. Like, why are we throwing this? What does this do? How do the teams react to it? Like, yeah, so if you haven't, go subscribe to Sticko's YouTube channel. Congratulations to him on another major and bouncing back after being benched as well. Like, that's a great story.
Yeah, it is. He's one of these people that's hard not to root for, you know, like hard not to be happy that he's doing well. So,
well, there we go. That's all that done with, and we are going to get into round number 16. OG in the lead for now after they win a partial by the Desert Eagles. GamerLegion on high alert here. Their money a question mark. The scout's out for Acor. He's actually very good with the scout. You don't see too many of them in CS2, at least not as many as we did.
Definitely not. But that last round could, like, we don't know the full extent of the disaster yet, but that could be one of those rounds that spirals the team. If you lose the map based on that round, it's something you're going to be remembering for a real long time. 2 deagle shots, 2 headshots, and it was done. So we'll see. It's put a lot of pressure on the CT side economy for sure. They can recover it right now, and we won't have to keep talking about it, but if not, you never know. Snax, very fast kill on Taquito. He's taken him out of the round.
He's been key in finding some of the very important kills, and he's done it once again. Sure, he takes damage for his troubles here, and, well, actually, they've lost that advantage. Snax did put him in a prime spot, but Viku, with the double spray down in the connector, catches him on the retreat, and it's going to be man advantage now for OG, 4-on-3.
How did he control the spray while sidestepping slightly? I bet if you see that on the slow motion replay, you're going to see him slightly moving, even as he's getting the second headshot with a little burst there. I don't know why, but that looked sick.
Okay, Isaac, pressure to you, my friend. Solo holding the B site, M4 in hand. He's got an incendiary to buy some time when they do commit. Ideally throw that towards short to tie to choke point, and allowing you to focus your efforts towards Monster. Speaking of which, he'll be flashed at that position by Kios. Just need some intel here. 20 seconds remaining. He drops the incendiary.
It's an incendiary flash combo. If they come through Monster, this would be such a sick combo, but they're not coming through Monster.
Wow.
They're coming through the elbow, and if that maybe doesn't even matter. Kios. Slow start for him in this one. Yeah, they're running out of time, but... Oh, there's the scope! How? Did he even scope?
Quick scope, I guess.
It must have been.
Oh, no.
I mean, normally you can still see the scope, surely. That was like, maybe my brain is just slow, but I can't believe it. Kios with the double kill and then A-Core showing up. That defense was... It was about to get sideswiped because they used all of the utility towards the Monster Tunnel when nobody was really sure. There's one person coming out of the four, so could have been a very different round. Timeout called now for OG.
Oh, that is a difficult one. OG had that in the palm of their hand. The MP9 gets a double kill. There's no plan. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. And now a tactical timeout has been deployed. It was GamerLegion that lost that double kill in towards the connector. Thought that the round was over. It was already a weak buy for them, but then a fantastic little quick scope from A-Core. If we can catch that on the replay, which might not be possible. Sorry if I'm throwing you under the bus. That would be cool. But yeah, it looked to be a quick scope because it didn't come up
the quickest
with the icon.
scopes.
If you get a no scope, of course, you get the icon in the top right. But let's have a look. Maybe that is going to be part of the package here, Anders. Here it is. I don't know if it's like a sub-tick thing. Maybe like they didn't quite catch it on the demo or something. But like, yeah, it looked like a no scope to me.
Volvo.
But they didn't get the icon.
I mean, someone's have to go for a look at the actual ticks in the demo. Like, I want to fight.
That's the thing, though. He must have scoped to some capacity. Maybe the Go TV didn't pick it up. I'm not sure, but it's not that important. I don't know why I'm even talking about it. Let's move on, as we will see OG.
I'll allow it, Henry. Yeah, we can move on.
We'll move on. The MP9, oh, that's gonna
Taste of his own medicine right there.
That's true. He was pushing short each and every round. That's gonna have to force international squad now in towards the A site, where Volt is chomping at the bit to get stuck in here. He can even go for a backstab behind them, as it's confirmed that heading this position now. Oh, good lord, A-Core didn't realize they were so close. Regali watching from the back lines will cover them, bring it back to a 4-on-4. This game is neck and neck overall, and in this particular round, 4-on-4. Keto deep behind enemy lines here, pushes the bank with the AWP. Sandwich from A-Core and doesn't hit the shot, but definitely makes things uncomfortable now.
So is this. Does Crosshair train right at them? He does miss a close shot. Regali, the two orbs just getting compressed towards the bank. Oh no, they couldn't withdraw, ironically, from the bank. It's going to be a 1 versus 4 here, and Volt finds the headshot. Bomb being defused on the other side anyway, so...
It was looking so good.
It was. Everything was lined up for them.
The bomb down, a man advantage, an orb, 2 orbs posted, looking for the rotations, and... Yeah, I don't want to beat up on him too bad, but Regali, like, he needs to be the one hitting those kind of crucial shots, the high-impact flicks, close-range, combative AWPing, right? And I'm just not seeing it. He got the opening frag. Like, don't take too much away from him, but, like, those are the sort of, like, plays the stars will make, right? They'll start hitting those shots in the rotation and having the quick scopes and making them look a little bit silly, but, yeah, neither him or Keto hit.
Speaking of the opening, right, that's a classic scenario. Wait, what's his keyboard doing levitating on the thing? Like, why is it...
So he's got it on the monitor stand, but he's also got the legs up as well, so it's like unbalanced. He might use like a monitor arm at home, so he has to have it in that position, I suppose. I don't know, but yeah, it's not ideal.
It's making me very uncomfortable, Henry. I don't like thinking about that. Well, I was gonna say, it's a classic scenario for Aiko when he's making that jump. He jumps twice. He doesn't see how close they are. Like, that's how, you know, the difference between having that information or not for Aiko is just the difference between life and death in that moment. So a little bit shocking. I'm still waiting personally for Isaac. I said I thought he was going to be the difference maker. He's still got 6 kills, so currently I'm way off on that. But I've got hope. I've still got hope. I feel like he's a solid player.
Well, he's got a chance to get a few kills here, and is just going to be partially invested into this one. A little bit of Kevlar, some Desert Eagles. It's worked for them before. See if they can find success once again. I'm not sure if the aggressive play is necessarily the right maneuver when you've got pistols up against you. It seems to be absolutely fine for now. There's an Eagle now out of position. Fiku not feeling up. And this was the partial buy. You can see the loss bonus accumulating at this stage. Got $2,000 per player after this one. Not much chance they can do anything with this now.
Such a long time, but Isaac finds a quad kill. Justice hours.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Well, in a way, that's like the anti-cuts. Like you,
The anti-cuts,
yeah, you wanted him to do well. He said he wasn't performing. He gets 4 kills. You've woken him up.
I feel like it's so interesting. It's happened to a couple of players. Like, I think one of the first scenes where this really started to happen was the Polish scene, where you had, because of the insane history of like the Golden 5 squad, people had to escape the Polish scene to play Counter-Strike. Like they could never make it onto that squad. I feel like it's happened to the Swedish scene now. You've seen these like random Swedish players that are coming out there. Obviously Broland now on MOUZ, but obviously Isaac's been one of these players who I think is really solid. In, you know, 10 years ago he would have been solidly locked into Swedish Counter-Strike, but now he's here playing for GamerLegion, doing a pretty good job at the moment. Volt overextended. You're trying to go for the element of surprise. It's not something that he's been trying a lot. They've been very passive on this side, so probably hoping that it was going to be more of a surprise, but OG were ready for it. So
yeah, you're always on high or low when that T-step smoke comes in. You know it's a possibility, and if you've got power and numbers, very difficult for the CT to find more than one in this particular instance. Volt gets nothing. 50 damage towards Quito at the very top end for him, as now GamerLegion are now on the back foot. 5 on 4 with plenty of time on the clock here. Nexi is starting to coordinate with the AWP of Regali over towards Long. There's a double setup here, and Snacks is playing it tentatively. Oh, it's so good. He didn't have time to like miss the spray. Makes a bit of a meal of it, stays alive as well. It wasn't pretty, Anders, but it gets the job done.
that's all we care about at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it was such a... When I said it was so good, it's just the positioning. It was just really well played. And the man disadvantage have actually got a 4-on-2 in their favor now. HE over the top. Doesn't quite connect, but the incendiary buys time for the rotations here. You can see they've got so much to cover. They're aware of it. One player will plant. Kios needs to be careful. Needs to make sure there's some trade potential here. Where are the rotations coming through? He's actually alone, so might just have to wait for some aggro to be taken. He stays alive, and now they know what the final player is. Should be job done here. Incendiary is very nice. Nothing he can do. Yeah, like even if they can just defuse the bomb, and they know he's got 7 seconds where he can't even come up. So that round is recovered. GamerLegion will be finding 11 here. After losing that first pick in the form of Volt, it's Snacks who saves the day once again. Gets a single kill behind the tree, stays alive more importantly, allowing his AWP of Acor to save the day and fend them off.
Seeing some smiles coming out. They're starting to feel a little bit better about this, and I've got to say as well for OG, I feel like this map is slipping out of their hands slowly but surely. 10-8 here, going to be 11-8 now. It's a long spray, but like you said, it's true. You know, at the end of the day, you get the kill, you stay alive. No one's thinking about that any longer.
Doesn't matter, yeah. The position was so good. The play was well executed, and we get ourselves in touching distance this first map, which is picked by GamerLegion.
Yeah, they're all really coming alive right now. You can see they had a couple of players. I think Kios was 07 at one point. Now he's 10-12. Great personal comeback for him. It can be very hard with the pressure that's on. You're not hitting any shots. You're just failing every single round, and then to pick yourself back up again. He's doing it very well at the moment, I've got to say. 4-man stack at the beginning of this round, down to the B-bomb site with Volt hanging around the A side of the map. This is something that it's punished them once before, and it got very close the other time that Volt was alone here, because you're so overworked. Look at him pushing forward. They're going to double peek him. Oh my god, it's nearly a double kill for him, in fact. But again, the rotation has to come back. I don't know if I enjoy this Volt solo position that much. It's so risky.
This is going to be very difficult to fend off now. Snacks need to decide what the play is going to be. They've lost a lot of positional control. Some open runway to get in towards the bomb site, and no, the Brown is back on now. Kios with a huge frag on Heavy God.
Do they know the HEs? There's one. I thought maybe they could double grenade the bomb plant, but seems like that's not quite the flavor. Instead, Snacks moving through the smoke. The spray is good, and they wipe it out. The retake is so easy somehow.
This is the GamerLegion we know and love. Those first 6 rounds on the T side, they look a bit flustered. They weren't really warmed up, I guess. It looked like a team that I haven't seen before, but this is much more like it. These retakes have been spectacular. Well done to GamerLegion. Looks like they've done enough to win this first map. It's going to take 4 in a row from OG. Thankfully, they get the bomb down, and with the loss bonus, it means they get a pretty decent buy going forward now. But of course, has to be the perfect game from here on out. Whether that can be done, I'm not so sure. The wind has been taken out of their sails, and this could be their last chance. We're moving on to Mirage next, which is the OG map pick, to be fair, but it's not like it's a bogey pick that's really going to catch GamerLegion off guard.
No, I'm starting to have my doubts as well. Heavy God's been playing really well. Keto's been well again. The experience on him, I'm not surprised by that at all, but GamerLegion, slow start, but building into the game, and that's all anyone's going to remember. Volt forward on the other side, which is going to allow this 3-man setup with even a 4th man down towards the connector, and no one's cleared that out. Surely you need to be able to do that. A little bit of a crossfire setup here. Isaac goes for the spray. It's another triple kill before he's finally down, and that will do it. GamerLegion winning the opening map with Isaac coming back alive right towards the end.
Very nice finish there from GamerLegion. A little bit bumpy to kick things off. They weren't looking themselves, but no bother. No